Summer weather today is turning into winter weather tomorrow. A cold front in just a couple of hours will drop our 90-degree temperatures into the 30s. You will feel the wind first, and then comes the snow. At least 8 inches of it expected to keep on falling pretty much all day tomorrow.
Now, still hard to imagine, Alex, all these snowy skies following these ashy orange skies that we've seen throughout the day today. Smoke blanketing the Front Range. That is partially because of the cold front crashing down on us and the winds coming with it. The sun could barely peek out from the haze and all that smoke in Fort Collins. The sky is so scary above Horsetooth Reservoir, orange at points, with the Cameron Peak fire burning so fiercely to the west.
That fire burning north of Rocky Mountain National Park has now burned over 59,000 acres. It's only 4% contained this afternoon and burning at an exponential rate.
We've had, differing degrees of red flag weather over the last nearly a month. However, we'd seen it stay pretty consistent in size after a few days. At this point, we've seen tremendous growth that pushed it, and as the incident management team mentioned, made huge, about a 10-mile run in a day or two, which it hadn't done in 3 weeks or more before that.
Such a dangerous weekend suddenly with the Cameron Peak fire, and everyone feeling it throughout the state, it seems like, with all of that smoke blowing every which way. Firefighters say it started to move into areas now with structures. Emergency managers have had to order evacuations at a level that they had not been planning on. Mandatory evacuations now in place for the Glacier View area, as well as for people living on Highway 14 from Stove Prairie Landing to Gateway Park. Officials say they don't know how many people that adds up to, since many of those houses are actually second homes for people who actually live in the metro area. The fires also moved into remote parts of Rocky Mountain National Park. Trail Ridge Road is closed for a second day because of the fire behavior and the strong winds with it. Park officials say they aren't sure when the mountain highway will reopen because of the winter weather moving in next. Old Fall River Road is closed as well, along with some trails and campsites.
There's a new wildfire that started burning near the Steamboat Springs area. The Middle Fork fire has burned 137 acres so far. It's burning about 10 miles north of Steamboat Springs in the Route National Forest. U.S. Forest officials say it started yesterday. People in Steamboat Springs can see that smoke coming from it. As for the other wildfires in our state, there hasn't been significant growth at the Pine Gulch fire near Grand Junction, the Grizzly Creek fire near Glenwood Springs, or the Williams Fork fire in Grand County. Those crews are also waiting for the turn in this weather. Those strong winds today, though, are certainly a concern. Now, as all these wildfires burn, Denver's weather is making history. The city hit, another 90 degrees day again today, and then that means Denver has been 90 degrees or hotter 73 days this year. That is tying the record number of 90-degree days in a year, which was previously set in 2012. So checking in with Kathy, it's amazing that we're talking about all this heat and then inches of snow on the way. Kathy, what is going on?
Yeah, it's crazy. So this kind of thing does happen. It just hasn't happened in a very long time. And I'm concerned about the wind that is going to increase ahead of this blast of cold and snow. The moisture will help firefighters in their efforts, but between now and midnight, in some of the fire zone areas, we could see the winds increase dramatically, and we're really dealing with some of the worst air quality we've ever had here. Look at live at Fort Collins. That smoke is so dense. The air quality has reduced visibility to a quarter mile in some areas and has kept temperatures in the 60s in northern Colorado as the first of 2 fronts has begun to move into the state. We're seeing some gusty winds along the fire zone areas and across the Front Range foothills, but when that front arrives around 8 o'clock tonight, it will bring a dramatic drop in temperature and winds to 40 and 50 miles per hour, and that means areas of blowing dust. There's the cold air lurking just to the north of us, moving through Montana into Wyoming. That front here around 7 or 8. It'll be dry and windy initially, and it's going to be rain late. That will change over to all snow by the time you wake up tomorrow. Accumulating snow, the kind of wet, heavy snow that means power lines could come down, tree branches could come down, drought-stressed trees. We're going to see some real effects with that, and and of course, very tough storm system for animals, a big barometric pressure drop, and even for human beings, you're really going to notice this big drop in temperature. A host of winter weather and travel advisories posted for our state. Denver's under a winter weather advisory tonight, but the foothill areas west and south in a winter storm warning for 6 to 12 inches of snow. We are in the 90s right now, and temperatures tonight are going to drop like a rock once the front comes in. And you'll know the front is here, Tom, with the wind, gusty north winds. You're going to see it, you're going to feel it. We're going to have a wall of dust come through, and then we're on to record cold with snow for Tuesday and Wednesday, and then hard freeze conditions by Wednesday morning. So this is about as extreme as it gets in Colorado, Tom, and there is just so much to cover in our weather segment coming up.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you much more about it in just a little bit. But after the holiday weekend, it is a slap in the face as people go back to work tomorrow. And that impending sudden snowstorm hopefully is going to bring a bunch of snow onto the Cameron Peak wildfire. Meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen explains how much impact that the snow could have on the flames and smoke there.
Fire managers at the Cameron Peak fire have estimated that the fire won't be completely suppressed until the end of October, unless they get significant snowfall. Some might call Tuesday's snow significant. This forecast model is showing about a foot of snow falling on the eastern fringes of the Cameron Peak fire, which is its more active side.
But it's not what we would call a season-ending event. We need a succession of these to basically put this thing out.
Paul Brugink is the public information officer at the Cameron Peak fire. He says he's seen a scenario like this recently in Colorado.
For instance, I was on the Decker fire over by Salida last October, and we had a fair amount of snow on that, a series of snowfalls, but yet it was still smoldering. Underneath the snow, you could still see smoke coming up.
He says firefighters are not looking at this storm as 12 inches of snow. They look at it as 1 inch of water or less, depending on how dry the snow is at their elevation. Not enough water, they say, to completely extinguish a wildfire that size. Brugink says strong winds Monday will intensify the Cameron flames, and it will likely get even worse as the cold front brings in even stronger gusts. But then firefighters will welcome a few days of cold air and high humidity, which will help them slow the fire's progress. Front Range residents will welcome the removal of wildfire smoke from the air. Winds coming from the west have been pushing the smoke right onto the urban corridor for several days, creating apocalyptic views like this in the sky and raining down ash and soot. Winds will shift from the east during the storm, pushing the smoke away from the Front Range. The precipitation will dampen and remove smoke particles, and rising air will help dissipate smoke high into the atmosphere. That relief could be short-lived as dry air and west winds are expected to return to the Cameron Peak firefight.
Either way, it probably will continue to burn for a while.
Meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen, 9 News.
Well, the Williams Fork fire is also expected to get some of the rain and snow, but that side of the Continental Divide is not at this point forecast to get as much as the Cameron Peak fire. Of course, with all this happening, you can get the very latest weather forecast and radar information on the 9 News app. It's free to download on the Apple and Google Play stores.
It was a pretty violent weekend in Denver. 5 shootings in all, 2 of them were deadly. Now, Denver police say both of those shootings happened in southwest Denver Saturday night. Officers found a man shot in the road on South Cuivas Street near Mississippi Avenue just after 8:30. He was taken to the hospital where he died. Police don't have any suspect information. Now, the second man shot Saturday also died at the hospital following the shooting on South Julian Street near Alameda around 10:30. Police do have a suspect in custody in that case.
The Larimer County Sheriff's Office wants your help because they're looking for this 12-year-old boy, Dorian Ortiz, who was last seen around 8:30 on Saturday night with his non-custodial mother, Jessica Ortiz, pictured on the right here. Investigators say Dorian left his home after an argument and was seen getting into a car with his mother and an unknown man. The CBI believes they are still in the Denver metro area and that Jessica Ortiz is actively avoiding authorities. If you do see Dorian, you're asked to call 970-416-1985. That is the Larimer County Sheriff's Office.
The Nuggets are back up tonight trying to edge out a lead over the LA Clippers. The series now tied. We are waiting, though, to see if Denver's Joker is going to play tonight. He's dealing with a sprained wrist, and tip-off happening at 7 o'clock.
May not feel like it today, but the snow tomorrow will probably wake you up. That Broncos season is kicking off 1 week from tonight. Now, we do know that Empower Field at Mile High will be empty for the season opening Monday nighter against Tennessee, but it won't stay empty for long. The Broncos appear to be working with the governor's office to allow some fans in the stands by week 3. That's game 2. They're saying less than 15,000 fans can be on hand when Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. That'll be Sunday afternoon, September 27th. A source telling us that Brittany Bolin, who is chairing the Broncos COVID task force, has submitted an extensive stadium safety plan to the governor's office. Did that a few weeks ago. The source says members of Governor Polis's office toured the stadium recently looking at safety procedures. Tailgating will most likely still not be allowed. And fans might see a new coach on the field this season. That's because the team has named Emily Zahler as their strength and conditioning coach. She previously had interned with the team. Zahler now becomes the first full-time female coach in Broncos franchise history. Of course, more NFL teams have been breaking the gender barrier, including the 49ers, the Buccaneers, Browns, and the Washington football team, as we call them.